I want to begin with a quiet question. What if the greatness you have been searching for is not something you need to become, but something you have been slowly remembering? Because for a long time, I thought greatness was somewhere far away. I thought it lived at the top of a mountain, behind a door only a few chosen people could open, inside applause, success, money, beauty, titles, and that perfect moment when the world finally looks at you and says, "Now you matter." But maybe greatness is not that loud. Maybe it is much closer than we think. Maybe it is the quiet part of you that refuses to give up, even when nobody knows how tired you are. Maybe it is the small voice inside you that whispers at night, "There has to be more than this." More than fear, more than surviving, more than waking up, doing what is expected, hiding what hurts, and pretending your heart does not still want something deeper. That whisper is not arrogance. It is memory. It is the part of you that has not forgotten who you were before the world taught you to shrink. When we are children, we do not ask permission to shine. We draw a crooked sun and believe it is beautiful. We sing loudly without wondering if our voice is good enough. We run toward life with open arms, not because we are fearless, but because we have not yet learned to treat our own aliveness as something embarrassing. Then life starts handing us mirrors. Some are kind, some are broken, some are cruel. A careless word, a disappointment, a failure that came too early, a love that made us feel replaceable, a room where we were too much, too soft, too strange, too quiet, too ambitious, too sensitive. And little by little, we begin to edit ourselves. We hide the parts that feel too bright. We lower our voice. We laugh when we want to cry. We act like we do not care when something inside us is aching to be seen. We learn how to be acceptable. But greatness was never the same as being acceptable. Greatness is the life beneath the mask that still wants to breathe. I am not saying you need to become famous, build an empire, win every race, or turn your pain into a dramatic story that makes everyone finally understand you. That idea is too small, too noisy. The greatness within you is deeper than achievement. It is the courage to tell the truth when pretending would be easier. It is the patience to keep shaping your character when results are still invisible. It is the strength to begin again without turning your past into a prison. It is the strange and beautiful ability to suffer and still remain open. That is not ordinary. That is sacred. The problem is, we live in a world that only celebrates the harvest. It loves the fruit, the finish line, the polished success story, the before and after transformation. But real life spends most of its time underground. Roots do not receive applause. Seeds do not look impressive. Soil does not look like destiny. And yet everything begins there. A seed buried in darkness looks small, silent, almost dead. If you judge it too early, you might call it nothing. But inside that hidden thing, there is a forest waiting for time. Maybe you are in that underground season right now. Maybe nothing about your life looks impressive from the outside. Maybe you are healing quietly, trying to become consistent, trying to forgive yourself, trying to believe again after disappointment taught your heart to protect itself. And because nobody can see your roots, you may feel like nothing is happening. But something is happening. You are being formed. Not in a dramatic way. In the slow way oceans shape stone. In the quiet way dawn enters a room. In the invisible way winter prepares the branch for spring. I have learned that real transformation often begins with small, private decisions. You stop speaking to yourself like an enemy. You stop letting one failure name your whole life. You stop confusing fear with wisdom. You stop waiting until you feel ready before you take the first honest step. Because ready can become a beautiful cage. We tell ourselves that one day fear will disappear, doubt will leave, discipline will feel easy, and the road will open beneath a perfect sky. But life rarely gives us that kind of certainty. It gives us a small lamp, a little breath, one step in front of us, and asks, "Will you walk anyway?" And maybe that is enough. Maybe greatness is not waiting for you after fear is gone. Maybe greatness is the part of you that keeps walking while fear walks beside you. Fear can be very convincing. It knows your history. It knows where you were hurt. It knows which memory still makes your chest tighten. Sometimes it does not sound like panic at all. Sometimes it sounds practical. Sometimes it says, "Be careful," when what it really means is, "Stay small." And I understand why we listen. Staying small can feel safe. If you never try fully, you never have to face what your full effort can do. If you never reveal your dream, no one can laugh at it. If you never step into the open, you can keep telling yourself that maybe, under different circumstances, your life could have been extraordinary. But hidden potential becomes its own kind of pain. At first, it feels like protection. Later, it becomes grief. You may still look fine from the outside. You may answer messages, pay bills, smile at the right moments, and do what people expect. But inside, something keeps knocking. Not violently, patiently. It is the self you have not yet allowed to live. And that is why greatness is not only about success. It is about coming back to yourself. It is about bringing the scattered pieces of your life home, so you no longer have to perform a smaller version of who you are just to feel safe. You do not need to become fearless. Most people we admire were not fearless. They simply became more devoted to something deeper than fear. A tired mother still rises for her child. An artist filled with doubt still returns to the blank page. A person who has been hurt still chooses, slowly and carefully, not to let bitterness become their entire personality. That is greatness, not perfection, devotion. There is something inside you that wants your devotion. Not your occasional excitement, not the dream you visit only when life feels easy, but your steady return after distraction, after discouragement, after the old habits pull you back into familiar shadows. Come back. Come back to your breath. Come back to your work. Come back to the promise you made when no one was listening. Come back to the truth you avoided because it asked something from you. Greatness is not built by people who never drift. It is built by people who learn how to return. And when you begin keeping small promises to yourself, something inside you starts to trust you again. You become less desperate for applause because you have your own witness. You become less hungry for validation because alignment has a quiet dignity to it. You may not need the whole world to understand what you are building. You know. And sometimes knowing is enough to keep going. There will still be days when you forget. Mornings when your mind feels heavy, when everyone seems ahead, when the dream feels far away, when the old question returns, who do I think I am? When that question comes, do not answer it with shame. Answer it with tenderness. You are someone still becoming. You are someone who has survived things that changed your inner world, and still, Some part of you kept a candle lit. You have made mistakes, yes, but mistakes are not tombstones unless you lie down beneath them. You have been afraid, but fear is not proof that you are weak. Sometimes fear is simply the gatekeeper standing in front of the next honest version of your life. So do not assume your discomfort means you are failing. Sometimes it means you are outgrowing the shape you once needed. A seed does not become a tree by staying intact. The shell has to break. The root has to move downward before the stem can rise. Something opens, something cracks, something familiar is left behind. And when your life feels like it is breaking, maybe it is not the end of you. Maybe it is only the end of the shell. You have greatness within you, not as a slogan, as a seed, as a responsibility, as a quiet fire asking not to be worshipped, but tended. So take the next honest step, not the perfect step, not the impressive step, just the one that brings you a little closer to yourself. The path will not always be clear. Walk anyway. The fire will not always feel strong. Protect it anyway. The world will not always understand what is growing in you. Grow anyway. Because deep within you, beneath every fear that told you to shrink, beneath every wound that made you question your worth, beneath every season when you forgot your own light, there is still something untouched, something alive. And maybe, after all this time, it is not asking you to chase greatness. It is asking you to let it rise.